the CS is here. I am also happy that the friends of Baba are here. Olango Nyabola is there. I've seen Kamau Raila, and quite a number of us. And of course, some of us who he was mentoring. I have a very special request. Yesterday, it was reported in the press that Raila Amolo Odinga Jr. is, going for a political seat. I think for those of us who loved Baba, I would like to have a special appeal that we hold his hand in his pursuit for the position he is seeking. That way, as we seek to immortalize Raila Amolo Odinga through the many things that we are doing, we will also have, his son, who is Junior here, carrying out that mantle. And I'm sure, Junior, you'll do a very, very good job. So I know I told you that when I met you, but I want you to know that as one of the gentlemen your father was mentoring, I'm wishing you all the very best in that pursuit. And please do not look back. Wewe ni Simba, Wewe ni Simba, like your grandfather. Do not look back. That seat is yours, and I'm sure you'll do a great job. You're still very young. You have a lot of time ahead of you, and I'm really praying for you and for the very best. So on behalf of the Devolution family, thank you, Madam CS, CS Oparanya, and in fact the national government, because as we know now, there's quite a bit that the national government is putting in place to ensure that we have a proper commemoration of Raila Amolo Odinga. I want to end there. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. Asante.
Thank you, Daktari. I think we all agree that we are seeing what Baba envisioned when he fought for devolution, the complementarity of the national government and the county governments to achieve national good. Without much ado, allow me to invite Raila Odinga Jr., who will, after addressing us, invite Dr. Oburu Oginga. Welcome.
Welcome to my lecture. Anyway. God is good all the time. I hope I'm audible. I prepared a short speech. I have a cold. Thank you. Cabinet Secretary Oparanya, CS Soipan, my sister PS Umi, State Department of Culture, PS Mariru, Defense, PS Arumoyang, Public Works, distinguished guest, Wonwa, Honorable Dr. Oburu Odinga, family and friends. Thank you for standing with us today. Your presence here means a lot to this family. I want to begin by recognizing you all for the time you have given and for the respect you have shown this family on this occasion. In particular, I want to thank my sister, P.S. Umi. It is through working with her and the National Museums of Kenya that we carried this project forward with such care, and we're deeply grateful for their stewardship. Asante sana. We are here because the government of Kenya, through the National Museums of Kenya and Ministry of Gender, Culture and Children's Services, has begun building something on this ground, the Raila Amolo Odinga Mausoleum, a place besides my grandfather's own resting place, a living monument, not only a building, but a place where the story of Baba shall be told for generations to come, over and over. This is home. My grandfather is here. My father is here. 2 structures, 1 ring. 2 sons of the same soil. Jokawor, Makowak. I first knew Baba not through history, but through home. Before I understood his public life, I knew him as a father who taught us that leadership begins with respect, humility, and service. Those lessons stay with me. What he built was not a monument to himself, but rather a constitution. It was peace chosen again and again. The test of real leadership is not what a man wins for himself, but what he leaves standing after he is gone. And by that test, Jacom, he built more than most. He believed in this country, and he believed this country belongs to all of us. The site is built in that spirit, open to every Kenyan from every part of the country, without exception. Jokanam, erokamano ainya. Atieko kawacho kama. Riruok eteko. To ochakore eot. Erokamano ainya. Sorry, without further ado, it is now my great pleasure, if you could all be upstanding to invite my Wonwa, my father, home of this house, Dr. Oburu Odinga. Daktari, karibu sana.
Karibu. Let's sit down. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. When I see us, my friend Oparanya, and the CS, the PS for Defense, who was actually briefly my colleague in the Senate before she joined the executive, and the PS for public works, and the PS for culture, is it? Yeah, thank you, for culture. And the Deputy Governor of Kisumu, and my great moms, and all protocols observed. I don't want to say much because this is not a day for speech. This is a day just to launch the Mausoleum of Raila. And I always take a lot of interest in something which is so dear to our hearts like this one. I always take great interest, and from the beginning, I was keen and even instructed my own architect to make a draft mausoleum, the one I would have liked to be there. But then these young men took over and told me that, Oburu wewe, hiyo ideas zako, they are of yesterday. Let us put in something better than what you had planned. If it was my plan by now, we would have completed the mausoleum. But be that as it may, we are now nearing October when our brother passed on. And therefore, we are doing this more or less like an emergency. And we want to complete it within 2 months. But I hope that that hurry will not compromise quality. I hope that quality will be retained and it will be as good and as modern as the young people wanted. So I will also support you if I see it is something which is good, something which deserves the dignity that my brother deserved. C.S. Oparanya was a very close friend of my late departed brother. He used to be closer to me, but then I handed him over to Raila. Now I want to take him back to me so that he becomes much, much closer to me again. This is being done. This project is being done by the government, and I want to take this opportunity to thank the government of Kenya. We don't take it for granted. This is not something which is their duty. They could have decided to say, no, you people as a family, do it on your own. And of course, we could have struggled here and there, and we could have done it. But this gesture is a good gesture. We are working together with Mwami Oparanya in the broad-based government and Madam. And we are hoping that as we move on to next year, closer to next year, we shall have formed a strong coalition which will fight the others. This was decided. We were left in the broad-based government by our late brother, Raila Odinga, and we have not moved out of there. What we know is that we are not shaken by small hiccups like the election in Olkalau. That Olkalau was like the heavens came down on earth. It is, we had won 9 elections ourselves, 9 by-elections ourselves. So why did we also not jump up to heaven? Or, huh? But we are moving steadily. We are moving steadily because we know who is our enemy and we know who is our friend. And we are not, those people are still wandering around in the atmosphere up there as to who is going to be the leader, who is going to be what, who is. For us, we have already decided. We are just negotiating to make a strong coalition where ODM clearly has its policies incorporated and would have their policies incorporated. We come up with one strong manifesto. We are a social democratic party. A strong manifesto which we shall use to sell to the people of Kenya and win the next elections. We are confident and we are not shaken. We are not shaken by any. What we don't want and what my dad did not want, he was fighting for democracy. Raila fought for democracy up to the end, the last breath. But that democracy did not include bloodshed. What they did not want is bloodshed. So we don't want anything which can cause bloodshed. We don't want incitement. We don't want divisions, tribal, based on tribes. We want a united Kenya. If you have better ideas, better programs to implement for the Kenya. Don't go and collect yourself in a certain corner and you call yourself the mountain. The mountain is where? It is on earth here like everything else. There is nothing like that. All Kenyans are equal and all Kenyans deserve to be served equally. And we don't want bloodshed, like my brother did not want bloodshed. That is why we came together with Ruto. Otherwise, why did we compete with Ruto and he stole our elections as we believe? And then we come together, we are working together. It is because of the love for Kenya that my brother had, the love for this country. He did not want this country to go down in the abyss like countries like Somalia, where there is war, there is bloodshed, people are dying on a daily basis, being shot by the same guns for which they are paying taxes. That is what we stand for, and we shall continue to stand for, and we shall continue to preach the social democratic principle, which is on which our party is based, and based on the ideas of Jaramogi Odinga and Raila Odinga. And we are continuing, and this is now Oburu Odinga, following on the footsteps of my predecessors. We move on, whether you say the shoes are big, whether they are big or not, I have also made mine. So we walk. Thank you. Thank you very much. And Omwami Oparanya, I don't know who is now next. Should I was not told by the protocol.
Yes, thank you, party leader. May I request most humbly that you invite Honorable Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya to address us.
Honorable Omwami Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya, the Minister for Cooperative.
My friend.
Come and say hello.
Asante sana.
Asante.
Yep. The leader of the Jaramogi family, and who is my party leader of ODM, Dr. Odinga, my fellow cabinet colleague, and the PSS who are here, the Deputy Governor of Kisumu, and other elected leaders, representatives of the National Museum of Kenya, religious leaders and the community leaders, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's now good afternoon. Today, I stand before you with a profound sense of honor, humility, and remembrance as we break ground for the Raila Amolo Odinga's Mausoleum. This is a solemn moment for the Odinga family, the people of Siaya, and the entire nation. We are not simply commencing a construction project. We are laying the foundation for a national place of memory that will preserve the life, sacrifices, and ideals of our remarkable son of Kenya. For me, this occasion is deeply personal. Raila Amolo Odinga was my teacher, my mentor, and my political father, and a friend. And I can tell you, he taught me everything about politics, including how to organize maandamano. He introduced me to the demanding school of politics. He taught me that leadership is not about the comfort of office. It is about the courage to take a stand, the patience to build consensus, and the willingness to carry the hopes of others. Much of the national responsibility I've been privileged to undertake, including the one I have now, was made possible by the confidence he placed in me. Dr. Buru Odinga and the entire Odinga family. I thank Dr. Buru Odinga and the entire Odinga family for allowing us to share in this important moment. Even in their grief, they have opened this place to the nation so that Baba's story may continue to educate and inspire generations. That the generosity reflects the life he lived. He was a private individual whose struggles, hopes, and services became inseparable from Kenyans' public journey. This mausoleum is fitting because Baba's life cannot be confined to a gravestone or reduced to a list of offices held. His true memorial is found in the democratic space Kenyans enjoy today, in a constitution that protects the rights and the dignity of every citizen, in the freedom to speak and participate, and in continuing pursuit of the country in which no person or community is treated as less Kenyan than another. Raila believes that democracy required constant vigilance. He knew that freedom, once won, could never be taken for granted. He challenged authority toward great personal sacrifice and remained steadfast when retreat would have been easier. He reminded us that institutions must be stronger than individuals. Leaders must remain accountable to the people, and political competition must never destroy the nation as we seek to serve. This mausoleum must become a shrine to democracy. It must not belong to one political party, one community, or one election. It must be a national place where Kenyans can undertake the price paid for our freedoms and the duty each generation carries to defend them. Young people who should live knowing that constitutional democracy was built through sacrifice, dialogue, persistence, and faith in the people of Kenya. It must also stand as a beacon of hope. Papa often reminded us that the darkest hour comes before dawn. His political journey was marked by setbacks that would have defeated many people. Yet he repeatedly rose and continued. He taught us that disappointment is not the end of the road, and the courage is measured not only by victory, but also by ability to keep serving after adversity. That lesson speaks directly to our country today. Kenya still faces the high cost of living, unemployment among youth people, inequality, pressure on public institutions, and the need to restore trust in leadership. We shall honor Raila best not through words alone, but by confronting these challenges with honesty, urgency, and courage. Memory must lead to duty, and tribute must lead to action. The mausoleum must equally be a memorial to inclusion. Baba understood Kenya as a nation of many communities bound by one destiny. He gave opportunities to leaders from across the country, including many who might otherwise never have found a place on the national stage. I am one of those leaders. He believed that talent should be nurtured, marginalized voices should be heard, and national leadership must reflect the faith and aspiration of Kenya. Baba also understood that patriotism sometimes requires reaching across political divides. He was willing to engage former rivals whenever the interests of the nation demanded it, as he has done when he took us to the government. He knew that dialogue was not weakness and compromise was not surrender. To him, building bridges was an act of courage when it prevented conflict, restored stability, and created room for national progress. His participation in the Grand Coalition government under President Mwai Kibaki remains an important lesson in putting country before individual ambition. That period helped Kenya recover from a deep national crisis, renewed the constitutional reform process, and laid foundation for development. Through his trust, I served as the Minister of State for Planning, National Development and Vision 2030. I witnessed his ability to combine political conviction with practical delivery. The legacy we preserve here must not freeze Baba in the conflict of yesterday. It should help Kenya build a more mature democratic culture, one where we compete peacefully, disagree without hatred, respect institutions, and find common ground when the nation is at risk. The best way to keep this memory alive is to carry forward the unfinished work of unity, justice, inclusion, and shared prosperity. I welcome the vision of a memorial that will include space for research, learning, archives, and public engagement. Let it not become a silent building visited only on anniversaries. Let it be alive with students, researchers, historians, artists, public servants, and ordinary citizens. Let its records tell the full story of the victories and disappointments, the agreements and disagreements, and the enduring conviction that Kenya could always become better. We must ensure that this project is delivered with the dignity, quality, and integrity that it is national significant demands. Its design, construction, and creation should reflect professional excellency and faithful stewardship of public resources. It should complement the existing Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Mausoleum and establish Kangoka Jaramogi as an important center for understanding Kenya independence and democratic journey. I acknowledge the government's commitment and I thank the President for this project. Through the National Museum of Kenya and other relevant institutions to honoring my friend Raila Odinga's contribution to our nation. This undertaking shows that Kenya can recognize service beyond party boundaries. A confident nation does not erase difficult chapters of its history. It preserves them honestly and learns from them. To Kenya's young people, I say this. You do not have to know Raila personally to inherit the democratic space he helped to create. Use that space responsibly, participate, question leaders, defend the Constitution, reject ethnic hatred and political violence, build ideas, enterprises, and institutions. Raila's long journey teaches that change often demands patience, courage, and persistence. As leaders who walked with him, we must resist the temptation to compete over who knew him best or who owns his legacy. No individual, family, party, or community can own the full meaning of Raila Odinga. His place in history belongs to Kenya. Our task is to inherit his commitment to justice, courage, dialogue, inclusion, and dignity of every Kenyan. Mama Ida, your family shared Baba with Kenya for many decades. You carried the weight of his public calling and made sacrifices that the nation may never fully understand. On behalf of those of us he mentored, I offer our enduring gratitude. May this mausoleum give the family comfort and give the nation our place to remember, reflect, and recommit itself in the ideas for which he stood. Baba, my teacher, mentor, political father, and friend, your voice may have fallen silent, but your lessons remain. Your journey has ended, but the path you helped clear remains open. Your earthly work is complete, but the responsibility you place upon us continues. May the Raila Amolo Odinga Mausoleum stand for generations as a home of memory, a school of democracy, a beacon of hope, a memorial to inclusion, and a lighthouse of patriotism. May the soul of the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga rest in eternal peace. May God bless the Odinga family, and may God bless the Republic of Kenya. Thank you. Do I, my friend, CS Defense, I welcome you to make your comments.
Thank you very much, Waziri. I want to recognize the Jaramogi family, led by Dr. Oburu Odinga. Also recognize Raila Odinga Jr. and the entire family. My CS colleague, Oparanya, PSs, PS for Defense, Dr. Mariro, and PS for Culture and the Arts, the Deputy Governor of Kisumu County, our dear lovely mothers, and the whole audience. Good afternoon. Good afternoon once again. I also recognize the clergy who are here with us. Before I say a few words, I would like to introduce my PS. That is Dr. Patrick Mariro. You can clap for him. He leads a very dedicated team, dedicated and committed team at the Ministry of Defense, who are doing a lot of work. Maybe the defense team can stand up. You can see Amondi and the entire team. Please clap for these KDF officers. And I would want to take a moment to invite my sister, PS Umi. Sorry to break protocol, but we are here to assist her and her State Department. And they have done a very incredible job already on this project. So welcome, PS Umi, to have your voice heard for a few minutes.
God is good, and all the time. Thank you so much, Madam CS, my sister Soipan, party leader, Dr. Oburu, and Raila Odinga Jr., my good friend and brother, DG Kisumu, our mothers, CS Oparanya, and my colleague PS Defense. I'd like to recognize you and humbly welcome you to the museum that we have here and the heritage asset that is in this jurisdiction. And I'd like to take this opportunity, Madam CS, to recognize the team from the National Museums of Kenya. There's the DG National Museums of Kenya, she can stand. Professor Mary Gikungu, who's leading this whole agenda from the museums. There's Chair Edwin Abonyo, who is a son of the soil. He's from this area. He can stand up and just wave. He's the chair for the National Museums. Also with us is the chief architect from Public Works. He can stand, representing his PS. And of course, Malaki, who's the architect from the National Museums of Kenya on this agenda. Madam CS and chief guests and everybody, I'd like to, first of all, do a small history as to where this whole agenda came from. Back in 2024, I met Baba for the first time on our way back from Germany on a cultural event that was happening there with His Excellency the President. And we met on the plane, and I introduced myself, and he was immediately very impressed. He took my number and he said, there's a project that I'm coming to discuss with you. I will send architect Jude, engineer, who's here. And true to his word, immediately we landed. Jude was in my office with a plan, an architectural drawing on what was supposed to be done initially, before Baba's Mausoleum. So initially, it was revamping, renovation, rehabilitation of the Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Mausoleum. Okay, so that is what we were doing initially, planning for that, reporting back, and all that. Unfortunately, what happened, we lost Baba, and the whole trajectory changed. I'd like to also take this opportunity to appreciate His Excellency, the President, who has given a directive, and I'm sure the CS will talk about it, to specifically ensure that this project is done, completed, so that the rest can take place in respect of Right Honorable the late Raila Odinga. Madam CS, there's one thing, PS colleague of mine, I know him as the PS, the magician PS. The project here would take us very many months or even years to complete. And I'm glad that his head of public service has expressly directed that CS Defense, PS Defense, and KDF take over this project because of the time limit that we have, given that we're working towards the 15th of October. Now, PS Defense is known to be the only PS with 26 hours. The rest of us have 24 hours. I say this because he's given projects to complete in a month, 2 months, 3 months. You saw the stadium in Wajir. It took, I think, 3 months or so. I come from Wajir, so I was impressed. So I asked him, how do you do this? And he told me, you know what? The president has told me I don't have 24 hours. I have 26 hours. So where I get the rest, the 2 remaining hours is up to me. So I am very, very confident that this project will be done and handed over by the deadline that we've been given, Madam CS, and I'm sure you'll lead from the front. I'd like to thank the family for hosting us, and I look forward to coming here again and again and again before the 30th of September, which is the day for handing over, the KDF to hand over now the project. Thank you so much, Madam CS. God bless you. Okay,
thank you, PS Umi. I'll very briefly say that the project that we are groundbreaking for today, the Raila Odinga Mausoleum, is a national heritage initiative to honor the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, whose leadership, democratic advocacy, and public service have profoundly shaped Kenya's political evolution. As we can see evidently, with my presence here, the presence of my colleague Oparanya and the PSS, and the entire State Department for Defense and the State Department led by PS Umi, it is a clear demonstration of the government of Kenya's commitment to preserving the legacy of the late Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, who has contributed greatly to national unity, as has been said here. He has contributed greatly to constitutional reforms and the social progress of our country. The project reinforces Kenya's commitment to safeguarding historical memory and celebrating a leader who has shaped the Kenyan national discourse. The Ministry of Defense is undertaking project management for this mausoleum that we are groundbreaking for today, leveraging on the proven capacity and discipline and meticulous infrastructure delivery by our Kenya Defense Forces, including engineering oversight and multi-agency coordination that we have to do with this project. Phase 1 of this project, as has been said, is envisioned to include a national monument documenting Raila Odinga's political journey and contributions, a public learning and archival center for Kenya's democratic history, a cultural and tourism landmark that strengthens Kisumu's heritage profile and indeed the entire of Kenya. And in terms of the scope and key features of the project, we are going to have a main memorial hall. We will have archival galleries and exhibition spaces. We will have a landscape reflection courtyard, visitor amenities and security installations, as well as upgrading of existing facilities. The construction, as has been stated, is scheduled to take 2 months with a phased execution to maintain quality and heritage standards. And I want to assure the Jaramogi family, the family of the late Right Honorable Raila Odinga, that indeed quality shall not be compromised by the speed that we have to put into this project. I am also informed, because our teams are yet to do a ground visit and survey of all the issues pertaining to the project, I'm informed about a number of other support facilities that we need to work on, and I want to assure that we are going to work with the relevant agencies to make sure we have sufficient supply of water, to make sure that the power in terms of backup and sufficient supply of power is going to be guaranteed, as well as the network connectivity. I noticed that there is a bit of network inconsistency, and that one we are going to work with the relevant agencies again to make sure that these support facilities are going to support this project. In terms of the expected outcomes, again, I said the Ministry of Defense is here to support the State Department for Culture and the Arts, bringing our management expertise, engineering expertise, as well as coordinating all the other agencies that are part of this project to make sure that we have a dignified, world-class mausoleum befitting the person of the late Right Honorable Raila Odinga's national stature, and also to ensure enhanced cultural tourism and economic activities attendant to the visits that are going to be seen in this place. And not to mention, most importantly, this is a project that is going to be a symbol of strengthened national unity through recognition of Kenya's diverse political history. My presence here again, Honorable Oburu, Dr. Oburu, is to reaffirm the government's commitment to reassure that the government's commitment in honoring our national leaders, as was seen even by the state funeral that we were able to accord the late Right Honorable Raila Odinga, is going to be done with the highest level of efficiency and express confidence that this mausoleum will stand as a symbol of unity and national pride. I want to thank all the stakeholders that are involved in this project and want to assure all of us that we are going to work together to deliver a state-of-the-art mausoleum for our leader, our national leader. Before I end, I got a call just before I stood to speak from Mama Ida. She probably caught me before the rest of you spoke, and she conveys her apologies for not being here. But you know, she's also now at a diplomatic level. We work very closely together. So I believe that's why she is sending this message at this point through me. Mama Ida conveys her apologies and assures everybody here, of course her family, that she is with us as we see the fruition of this project. I also want to mention that beside this project that we are groundbreaking for today, the Ministry of Defense, in partnership with other state agencies, is undertaking a supportive role of managing a number of programs within this region. This includes, and I know the Deputy Governor of Kisumu here, we have been together severally. We have the Siaya Referral Hospital, which is a level 5, which is ongoing. The Siaya County Stadium is another big project that we are supporting the Ministry of Sports and the county. The Kisumu Stadium, and through the Kenya Shipyards Limited, we are supporting a number of counties to bring to life the blue economy of the Lake region, which has been underutilized. The huge potential there is to change the lives of Kenyans in the Lake region is going to be realized through the partnership of the Ministry of Defense, through the Kenya Shipyards Limited, and the county governments, to make sure that the people of the lake have their livelihoods secured and join the rest of Kenyans in the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. Our great party leader of the Orange Democratic Movement and our youth leader, and I know we served with you for a very short stint at the Senate. Allow me to thank you and the entire ODM fraternity for standing to be counted as a unifying factor for this, our great country, Kenya. And this continues the legacy of the late Right Honorable Raila Odinga, who is a symbol of unity for our country. I will make a small confession that I have never done. I have never been a member of ODM, fortunately or unfortunately. But as a very little girl who grew up in a very political family, I always admired the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, the courage, the resilience that he projected. And I always wanted to be associated with his politics. But when I grew up and joined politics, I was in another party all along. But as good fate would have it, now here we are under the broad-based government led by yourself, Dr. Oburu. So allow me to thank you for being selfless and for standing to be counted in support of the unity of our country. And I want to associate with your sentiments that we will not tolerate people who are spewing hate across the country, baying for the blood of Kenyans, because when you go around talking about negative ethnicity in this country, we have people who are baying for the blood of Kenyans, and we are not going to allow for that. And the unity of purpose that the ODM party has brought to the broad-based government will for sure lead us to a more united and strong Kenya. And as you said, we are focused, we are moving forward as the Ministry of Defense, working closely with the security agencies. And I'm happy that we are at a point where the IEBC has proven itself to be an institution of integrity. Because against what other people would want to say, that the government was going to interfere with one election or the other, I think all the by-elections that have been run in this country have been credibly free and fair, including the just concluded Olkalau by-election. And that confidence in the IEBC is the first greatest step that takes us to a peaceful electioneering period that brings Kenyans together, devoid of negative ethnicity. Anybody who has different views and opinions should be presenting to Kenyans an alternative plan rather than inciting and ethnic balkanization, which will not take us forward as a country. So as we mark the groundbreaking for this very important project today, it is really a reminder that for the love of our fallen hero, the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, I want to encourage Kenyans to be of one purpose, to be unified from all corners of this country. We can disagree without causing havoc and violence across the country. Asanteni sana. I am most honored to be here today for the first time, and my greatest assurance is that we are going to deliver a state-of-the-art, full quality of a project that befits our hero, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga. Thank you very much.
Thank you, CS. I forgot to introduce two gentlemen that I came with who are very close to Raila Amolo Odinga. We have Kamau wa Raila, ako wapi? Ako hapa. Ndio huyo. And we have my former colleague in the cabinet of Kibaki, Mheshimiwa Ndwika. Where is he? There he is. He accompanied me to come because he was a very close friend of Raila. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bwana CS. May we accord the CSs a hearty round of applause. Indeed, we can't thank you enough for helping to immortalize our Baba, His Excellency Engineer Dr. Raila Amolo Odinga. Bwana DJ, I want to believe the apology is well taken care of. The exit protocols are as follows. We will have the first stanza of the national anthem of the Republic of Kenya that will signify the official closure of this part of our engagement. After that, I'll request that the rest of us be seated and allow our VVIPs to proceed to phase 2 of our engagement today, where we will be guided by the Chair of National Museums of Kenya, up to the point where we will do the groundbreaking. The protocol officers who have the requisite gear for construction sites, please be on standby to hand them over to our dignitaries. May I request that we all be upstanding now for the national anthem of the Republic of Kenya, first stanza, an official headgear, kindly to be dressed down, national anthem. Thank you, protocol officers with the requisite gear for the site. Please come forward. The rest of us, let's remain seated and allow our dignitaries first, please. Sound vehicle, proceed. Sound vehicle, proceed.
Manu.
Mchanganyiko. Nataka lero lero ni lero. Lero lero ni lero.
Manu, ni change hapa sound to mic.
Tunasema Kenya mpya inawezekana.
Inawezekana. Leo ni leo.
Na inawezekana.
Inawezekana. Leo ni leo.
Kenya mpya inawezekana.
Inawezekana. Leo ni leo.
Nchi ambayo kuna raha na ustawi.
Inawezekana.
Na inawezekana.
Leo ni leo.
Mungu bariki nchi yetu ya Kenya.
As explained earlier, is the Pentagon design, which will encompass the redesign marrying the existing Jaramogi Odinga's Memorial Mausoleum. Construction period, we are looking at a maximum of 2 months to be able to handle the project. And right now, the contractor is already on site, mobilizing has already started, and we are breaking ground today. Ma'am, as we can move to the groundbreaking area.
May I guide this way? We are proceeding to groundbreaking, but before that, we have a brief session of blessing, so please come to the gravesite so that the man of God can bless before we do groundbreaking. And can we give our guests space? Tuwapatie nafasi. Pole pole tu. Tuwapatie nafasi. It's okay. Man of God for a second because it's rain.
This mausoleum stand as a witness to the dignity of every life and the hope of resurrection. Through Jesus Christ to pray.
Ketemoski kokchot yu ketana ngani. Msaidie tu pole pole. Driver. Chikod. Driver do keloga bilikon. Huyu angewacha kwanza. Driver angelete gari huko. Angelete huko.
Sir, you need to chip in, and then another one will come and.
Amwage pande gani?
Umwage pale kando.
Wacha aendelee.
Malize tu sio?
Una kama anataka kufanya full. Naiona. Tutarudia, si ndio? Madam, utaingia. Ngoja madam ataenda. Ngoja uje kwanza shughuli. Ngoja. Karibu mama. Sorry.
Asante sana. Asante sana, anafanya kazi kubwa hapo. Ili tu ni kujuze kwa wale ambao huenda ikawa unajiunga nasi hivi sasa, ni uzinduzi rasmi wa makavazi yake mpendwa wetu hayati Injinia Daktari Raila Amolo Odinga. Asante sana. Thank you, Madam CS. God bless you. Na sasa nitaomba nafasi
ili aweze kuzindua rasmi
Koro, enda na huyu. Ni nini? Twende huko kwa hall tutoe zile vitu. Twende kwa hall. Niliona.
A main switch production.
Raja, Baba, ay, 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 Sini wa Baba, Baba, jeshi ya Baba, Baba, Sini wa Baba, Baba, jeshi ya Baba, Baba, Sini wa Baba, 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 jeshi ya Baba, 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 Sini wa Baba, 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 jeshi ya Baba, 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 Sini wa Baba. ya baba, 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 jeshi ya baba, baba, sini wa baba, baba, jeshi ya baba, baba, sini wa baba, 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 jeshi ya baba, 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 sini wa baba, 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 jeshi ya baba.